I was telling one of my friends a story about this, my first book, Milk, and I thought you guys might like to hear it. So this book is part memoir, part non-fiction. It's about breastfeeding. Check it out, it's in my shop if you would like to. There's a deal on at the moment. That's not why I'm making this video, but anyway, it's there if you would like to take a look. But when I was writing this book, as I was going along, I was fully referencing it. So any bit of information about the politics of breastfeeding or sociology or biology, whatever it might be, I was fully referencing as I went. Now, for a time with this book, I was working with a literary agent, and they felt that having references in the text was distracting for the reader, and they asked me to remove all of them and just have the sort of books and journals and all of those things at the end of the book, almost more as a bibliography rather than as a set of references. Now, after a time, I terminated my contract with that literary agent and I regained control, creative control, decision making over my book. And reflecting on it, I really didn't feel comfortable with not having those references in the text. So I embarked on putting them all back in. Now, you would think that would be easy. However, along the way, this book had sort of sections moved, edits made. And although I could use the previous draft and sort of search up sections and find relevant references, it was not easy, and I had to reread the whole book, highlight anywhere where a reference needed to go in and re-reference it. Also, I used the numbered referencing, which meant everything had to be in order, so it was a whole sort of systematic, difficult thing, and I found bits that I hadn't referenced before that I decided that I would like to, so I had to find new sources of information. I had a massive stack of books and links on my laptop, and it was a whole thing. I would not recommend re-referencing an entire book, having to double check things that you had already done once before. It was a whole thing. It took ages. However, it was the right thing to do. I didn't feel comfortable with having information in this book without somebody being able to check up, to follow a line through and think, oh, I'm interested in that, I want to read a bit more. I didn't want to be running the risk of any kind of plagiarism, not citing my sources. It's right to say where you get your information from, so I'm glad I did it, but my goodness, it was a big task in the lead up to publishing this book way back in 2018.